What is an initial assessment? On our first visit, it's like being a detective, and it's about getting to understand what exactly is going on. Often people will come in and feel like they're sort of buying a product like an eyelash tint or a sports massage or something, when it's not. We're professionals. See it like going to see an orthopedic consultant or somebody like that, a specialist. You go presenting your story. And our job as clinicians is to build that relationship of trust, to ask questions, history taking, when did it start, what's the backstory, perhaps if it came out of nowhere, we might have to go back looking at other healthcare issues or the story of gradual build-up over perhaps many years to understand really where the problem came from, because understanding where the problem comes from is ultimately important in resolving the issue. So we'll find out what makes it worse, what makes it better. We'll obviously ask particular questions, safety questions, what we might call red flags for things that we might be watching out for that say, okay, we need to press pause at this point and get you a scan or something, or refer you on for urgent investigation. Mercifully, that's quite rare, but it's important that we're taking care of you by thoroughly assessing you. So the history taking, and also your past medical history, any medication that you're currently taking, or any changes that have gone on, because perhaps actually, for example, you've recently been put on statins and you're coming in, you're getting vague aches. Well, it may not be that physiotherapy is the right thing, and we might say, you know what, I think that's the statins that aren't working for you, and we need to address that. And that's important, because otherwise we're wasting your time, your money, and it's not professional of us. So hopefully all of that lot's excluded, and we can begin to sort of think, right, okay, well that question points me in the direction of this, this question points me in the direction of this. Actually, if I'm teaching and training my peers, then I'll often say, look, take your time, good 20 minutes or so out of the hour, if not more if you need it, to take the history, because by the time you have finished that subjective questioning, that as we would call it, the history taking, you really ought to be saying, it's that, or maybe that. And you've excluded by the questioning a great deal, and you've narrowed it down. So by the time you then go, well, let's now watch you move, put you up onto the treatment couch, have a feel, we're already saying, well, it's definitely not that. There is a great temptation, particularly as we're physical therapists, that they tend to think, they're coming in and they've almost got their shoes and clothes off and they're jumping straight on the couch. And it's like, please take a seat and slow down. So please come prepared, knowing that you are going to have a really detailed history taking on that initial assessment. The history taking and the talking part, then we'll move into a physical examination, and that will perhaps be in the form of just standing, looking, seeing what we can see. We're skilled at looking at human bodies, both moving and still, and we might look for asymmetries. We're putting together the information in our detective work of the history, and we're going, well, that I'm seeing here kind of fits with what I thought might be going on. And so we then might look at you move and think, okay, what are you able to do? What limitations, what abnormalities might we spot in the way that you're moving and in your posture and your muscle tone and the way in which your physical being is responding to what's going on for you now. Then we'd probably get you up onto the treatment couch. There may be a bunch of tests, reflexes, nerve examinations, skin sensation, to help narrow down, exclude certain things and confirm one of these initial suspicions. At which point we'll come together, we should arrive having felt, touched, moved, examined, tested at a place where we've gone, okay, I thought it was that and that, and now I've confirmed it's that one. I think that's what's going on here. Now, that allows us to then form a treatment plan, which we would always discuss with you and say, okay, no, we'll pause at this point. Look, here we are, perhaps get a book off. Look, you see here's a little muscle and it can cause this pain for you. Yes, that makes complete sense to me. Very reassuring for you. And then we go, And the good news is this is what we can do about it. So ultimately, that initial assessment is really not just about getting stuck into treatment, because any good treatment plan has to be founded on a thorough evaluation of what's going on. Without that, you're just flying into the wind and you're just having a go at anything. There's no logic to it. So the assessment is about creating a good, sound, clinically reasoned logic path. The history taking and the finding out the root cause and the real understanding of why the problem. My favourite question is always, okay, so that's there, but why? But why is it there? And if we don't understand the why, well, I'm not sure that the treatment plan's going to be that effective, because you're just putting fires out and you're not getting to the roots of the problem. So the treatment and the assessment, an initial assessment, is about finding out the why. Hi, I'm Roger. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons.